Um, the team that wins the regular season Big 12 championship will be the team that you fill in the blank.
We'll have the best record in Big 12 play.
Can you expound on that? Will be the team that what's it going to take?
To win more games than the other teams in the league. Our team's focus is on our game on Saturday, practice each day, and just keeping our focus in that headspace. So that's where we're at our best when we focus on what's right in front of us, so that's where we're going to keep our focus.
Generally, what will it take from teams, from the 6 or 7 teams that are still in contention to win the Big 12 championship?
Yeah, I mean, you probably need to be playing your best basketball right now. Honestly can't tell you where everybody sits in the standings. You play an imbalanced schedule right now, so some teams have maybe had everybody has a hard schedule, some harder than others. We're not really caught up in all that. We're just going to worry about practice today, do what we can, be at our best for Saturday. Those type of things take care of themselves. So that's what you get paid the big bucks to figure all that out, and I know you'll do it.
You've been asked a lot about Kurt lately, but he keeps stacking double-digit scoring games. He keeps doing it on the defensive end. I know you've said since the beginning of the season, boy, he's been your best shooter at times, but where has he impressed you the most in his development as the season's gone on in Big 12 play?
Well, I think his work ethic's been tremendous on a daily basis, what he's done on his own with his individual workouts and then what he does in practice. So his confidence is, he's elevated his confidence by his hard work. What's impressed me probably the most on the court is just like the poise that he has. He's a veteran out there. He moves the basketball. He values the basketball. He's a great assist-to-turnover guy. He makes our offense flow. Defensively, he's continued to improve immensely, where he's taken on challenging matchups and doing a great job with those. So he's just a very complete basketball player. You feel like, there's when you have him and Key and Taman out there together, it's like you have 3 point guards on the floor, which is so great for your offense. So I'd just say the number one thing that would stand out is just like his poise and his confidence that he's built through his hard work.
I think dating back to the game against Kansas, Keyshawn is shooting about 50% from 3. How have you kind of seen his confidence grow, or what maybe you think led to his increased confidence from beyond the arc?
Yeah, I mean, I think he knows how important him continue to be aggressive and hunt those attempts is for our team. He's obviously a downhill playmaker, gets to the paint aggressively, and when you can knock that shot down, it really makes it tough for opponents to cover you. So he's getting the reps in on a daily basis, getting the shots up, shooting it with confidence. What's led to that? Again, it's his hard work, his understanding how important that is, and his commitment to doing it every single day.
Earlier in the season, Milan was super, super consistent, right, with his shooting and his total point outage, I guess you could say, after every game. I think he's finished with less than 10 in the last 3 or 4 games. Is that just a freshman wall for him, or how have you kind of seen him maybe overcome some of the struggles here of late?
Yeah, I think people are certainly focused on him. He's a key component to scouting reports. You can tell when other teams come out that they're trying to take him, whether it's off the 3-point line or aggressively pressure him on everything. Our last opponent, certainly tried to do that because he hit some big shots and timely shots to help us be successful against them the time before. So I think it's more credit to him. I don't necessarily believe in any type of freshman wall, and I think Milan's been an extremely hard worker his whole life. He's played high-level games and high-level competition. Obviously, this is a step, but I still think he's got really good basketball in front of him and he's got some great games ahead. So I don't subscribe to any of that outside of like respect for the other team's defenses, and we know it's all going to come around for him.
To focus on what's in front of you, what have you seen out of West Virginia, and what are you telling the guys to not underestimate an opponent like them?
Yeah, I mean, West Virginia beat us twice last year. They beat us twice. They beat us in Hilton. So that sticks with you. I mean, it was at a point last year, later in the season, around this time of the year, and they came in and beat us. So I remember that, and I know that, you've got to be at your best every single night in this league. And you can follow other games in the league, and there's no surprises. It's not a surprise when a team, if you're not ready to play and you're not at your best, that you're going to get beat. So what we've seen from them is now they have their full team available. Edwards, Creasa, Battle, all those guys have been out for long stretches, and now they're all available. So they have a talented team. They have a veteran team. They have guys that have produced numbers in college basketball at the highest level for a period of time. So, we're going to have to be at our very best on Saturday, and we know that.
How is last year? You talked about last year. Well, Hugs isn't around this year coaching. How has this team changed from last year's?
West Virginia's team? Yeah, I'd say, there's certainly differences. I mean, Creasa at the point, he's dynamic with the basketball, can really pass. That's certainly something that stands out. Battle is a dynamic scoring wing. They had Stevenson last year, probably more shooter, where Battle's more of a scorer. Edwards on the interior is one of the best frontline players in the league. I mean, he's extremely long, athletic, has great rebounding numbers. So, certainly their team last year was in a better position from a wins and loss standpoint at this time of the year. But I think with their team right now, they've had everybody back for whatever it is, 6 games, and they're coming off a game against Central Florida where their confidence is built. So, the coaching styles maybe are a little bit different. The personnel's a little bit different. But we've seen, when they've been at their best, that they're good. So we've got to make sure that we're at our best on Saturday.
I know you focus obviously one game at a time, but you guys are 14 or 15-0 at home this season. You've got another opportunity on Saturday, and you play with a lot of pride at home. What would being able to go undefeated at home and keep that going on Saturday really kind of mean to you as a head coach?
Yeah, I mean, look, we take a lot of pride in every game we play at Hilton, so it's one game at a time. So, I'm not going to get ahead of anything other than let's have a great game on Saturday. We've been successful because we've had great crowds. Our guys have played with tremendous energy. We've had good starts of the second half. All those things are going to need to be important on Saturday. If we do that job, we'll put ourselves in position. So at the present time, all we need to do is focus on what can we control on Saturday, bring in the effort, the energy. Hopefully we have a great crowd and enthusiasm and making Hilton Coliseum and Hilton Magic one of the coolest things in college basketball, and that's what we're going to commit to doing on Saturday.
TJ, was there any single thing or group of things your team did, even albeit in a loss at Houston, that impressed you, that showed you, hey, we're still tracking the way we need to track as we head toward March?
Yeah, I think from an effort standpoint, you certainly can't fault our guys. I mean, you look at the game and we struggled to score early, whether it was turnovers or just, didn't do a job we need to do physically to get the ball into the paint. There's some things you can probably nitpick if you're on our end that way, but I feel like our guys fought. They kept coming back. We won the rebounding battle against a team that's probably the best rebounding team or one of the top in the country. So we did physical, effort-based things at a high level. We didn't back down. And then, their guy Jamal Shedd's a heck of a winner and a heck of a competitor, and he just made big shots and free throws late. So did we show that we can compete on a really good team's court and be in the game? I guess that's not really what we're in this for at this point in the year. We're in this for, to come out and do the job we need to do on that night to be successful. We didn't get it done. As we said the other night, credit to them. But, we learned we can fight with anybody. I mean, if there's anything, our guys should know that. But we need to be able to fight with anybody, but also execute and do things we need to do down the stretch to find a way to win.